want to ruin your entire life by stacking up $1 billion of debt? Do you want to feel
Yes, I love
the
gambling.
convenience of prancing off your flight directly into the comforting arms of a gambling booth?
Yes.
Do you want to breathe in the pure carbon monoxide of a city which removed all its trees last year, alongside all the homeless people who the city officials allegedly murder? Do you want to see fake Paris and fake French people? You want to see what Venice would look like if it had no history, no culture, but still the same amount of dumb tourists? Do you want to be glared down upon by these cloud-tickling dystopian monoliths of purebred capitalism? If so, Las Vegas is the place for you.
Does Las Vegas smell like shit? Because I feel like every place that is described like this smells like absolutely shit. So I wonder, like, how's the odor in the city? Does it like, does it smell like completely ass everywhere? Or can you kind of breathe?
I'm not joking. Like, seriously, this Samsung ass emoji will genuinely look
Dude, that thing is terrifying.
down on you sleeping. As long as you pay the extra $100 for a sphere room view. You know, in some bits of the world, you can pay extra for a beachfront view, an old town view. Well, over here in good old Sin City, you get to look at a glaring neon advertisement board, which at least looks a lot better from your hotel. I mean, look at the resolution when you stand right by it. I swear that's 144p. My favorite thing about the Las Vegas Sphere, which for anyone that somehow doesn't know, is this massive indoor 360 cinema. As long as you don't buy the cheap tickets, then it's more like 180. Now, the outside of this light up sphere is covered in screens that essentially act as a 24-hour advertisement.
Can you imagine living like close to this shit? That must be so annoying, having this super light ball advertisement constantly being on 24/7.
Mega billboard. Anyway, something I specifically like about this sphere is how they currently only play this one film, which was made specifically to be shown at the sphere. This entire film is based around why climate change is bad and why as humans we need to be more conscious of our effect on the world, less lavish, excessive, greedy, and it centers on how our...
And that's why you have a globe using electricity and lights 24/7 that are posting advertisement from all of these $1 million companies and $1 billion companies. Oh, interesting.
Great human achievements shouldn't disintegrate the importance of protecting, sustaining, and maintaining our green planet. Do I even need to explain how fucking hysterically, contradictingly ridiculous this is? To even think that people walk out of that fucking beaming neon bullshit bubble thinking to themselves, wow, I really did something good for the world by watching that documentary about climate change.
I feel different.
I really feel like I'm one step closer to helping out Mother Nature here. It makes my blood boil. Sheer existence of the sphere has got to literally be one of the worst concepts in terms of climate change anyone has ever dreamt up. The pure amount of electricity this nauseating blob requires to be on 24/7 blasting ads and dumb emoji faces to the entire city of Vegas is unprecedented. Even if you think climate change is fake, you can't deny this bullsack of a project is hypocritical and stupid. They're even trying to build one in London, which, come to think of it, would probably...
Please, no, dude. London is gonna break that shit. This thing cannot survive in London. That's gonna be a... That thing is not gonna survive for long.
Really pissed off the ultra-rich gentrification masters that live in these luxury Stratford high-rises, and therefore I completely support the Sphere London. To give you a clear picture of how morally hollow and contradictory this whole Sphere project...
Also, there's like no space in London. There's like no space at all. Every fucking place is cranked up. They're barely able to make new apartment buildings in that place. Where the hell are you gonna get this globe in?
I thought I'd include a clip of someone who went there and is describing the film.
At one point, the narration even says the line, "We were so blinded that we didn't want to see any light but our own." So we're in a building wrapped in lights right now, like a Guinness Book of World Records amount of lights. If any building were to be an example of us being blinded by our own light, it would be the brightest building we've ever made.
But it gets
what
worse,
if you have
guys.
epilepsy and go by that building?
At the Sphere,
are you
they
fucked?
exclusively have one band playing concerts, and they play most nights. The one and only You2. Yeah, you remember the guys who got Zuck to force their mid-ass album into everyone's compulsory iTunes library back in the 2000s or something. Yeah, they've just all...
I have never heard about U2. Never in my life. Who is this?
Always been ahead of the curve when it comes to
Old
gross,
stuff?
greedy, dystopian shit. I don't even know how people
He kind of looks like he would be in like a boy band or something like that. Some form of Backstreet Boys.
stay awake at the U2 concert for 2 hours and 15 minutes. I can probably stay awake until they play that one okay song they have. After that, I'm out cold, bruh, sorry. U2 putting the capital L in Las Vegas sphere. I really do think Las Vegas is just a big playground designed for stupid man children who want to burn money for a laugh. Be that gambling, be that the countless stupid mega projects in this city, which is kind of cynically amusing until they try play it off like they're doing something good for the world by spreading awareness about climate change or fixing the traffic pollution. And that's right, I'm talking about Elon Musk's The Loop. Ladies and gentlemen, we are literally living in the future. Now, instead of sitting around on those inconvenient, noisy, slow, old-fashioned, uncool things called metros, you instead can use the Loop, Elon Musk's innovative, new and improved version of a metro. Don't worry, it has none of those silly trains. Instead, you and all your tight shirt cladded lads go down the escalator with butterflies in your creatine filled stomachs, pay the $5 fee, that'll be $25 for all of you. You sit yourself down, all comfy, in a plastic squeaky Ugandan child murdering Tesla. It then self-drives you 2 minutes down the road, at which point you and all your finance bros hop out giggling like little children hopping out of a spooky fairground.
Yay.
Because that's what you are to me. A fucking child. Oh, also you have to put up with constant delays and standstill traffic jams.
They also have traffic in... Imagine being in traffic in a tube. Oh my god.
Due to this service being so popular with Daddy Musk dick riders. Oh, also, the autopilot doesn't work. And
You're actually
nothing is automated
completely
at all.
screwed.
So you just get picked up and driven down the tunnel like a little baby boy on the way to preschool. Oh, also the tunnel is literally just a road, not this high-tech system Big Elon promised. And literally the only difference between the Loop and being driven down a public tunnel in an Uber is that if some kind of a problem arises in the public underground road, you and your driver can just walk to the nearest emergency exit and be safe and sound in under 2 minutes. If something happens in the Loop, you are fucked. There straight up just aren't emergency exits, and the entire evacuation process is speculated to center solely around the Tesla chauffeurs reversing out in perfect unison. I can just see that going so well. Especially
I bet that's just like a test for the automatic cars. They're just like trying things out and seeing how it works. They have their like own little place where they can test it out more and more and more. And that's why they have it.
Since Teslas have a bit of a goofy habit of setting on fire. Around 40 million people
that would be
Las
fun
Vegas every year.
Imagine if a Tesla car blew up while you're in a traffic jam. What the hell do you do? Dude, that would be a situation. Did you see how tight those tunnels were? That would be funny. Ooh, that would be funny. Wow. That is scary, I'm not gonna lie.
And it made me think, because literally, when you look up the dystopian soulless Las Vegas sphere or the 12-lane ugly Las Vegas strip, literally 90% of the search results that come up are super biased and are just hell-bent on selling you a packaged Sin City holiday. And if that type of media doesn't appeal to you, I have just the thing for you. Ground News.
Just walked exactly.
Ground News, as it's a website and app that is specifically designed to give readers a transparent way of consuming the news. With access to over 50,000 global news sources, Ground News allows you to compare headlines, their owners, and where the bias...
Imagine reading news, man.
Both me and an independent platform trying to make the news more transparent.
Imagine paying for news.
Something about this place makes me feel a little nauseous, man. Everything's too shiny, everything's too gimmicky and perfect, everything's too clean. Feels a bit like Dubai, where all the gross, yucky problems just get pushed away out of sight, so cringe influencers...
Isn't the Heart Attack a restaurant in Vegas? Anything is in Vegas, baby. Vegas is its own place. That's where America shines. This is where you'll find anything. I think the only thing you're thinking about, yeah, 100% is in Vegas.
city. Well, you might not be surprised to hear that's exactly what Las Vegas are doing. Let me explain, okay? Let's say you go on a holiday to Vegas. Once one of the two big casino empires entice you into their establishments using anything from flashy lights to sports sponsorships to cheap hotel rooms to reel you in, they will give you free drink after free drink after free drink until you're inebriated enough to gamble your entire life savings away. Once they've skinned you for every last shilling you've got, the casino kicks you out of your nice hotel room. And yeah, in Vegas, all it takes is a little coercion and a little bad luck, and boom, you're homeless with no money, no flight home, and they even took your fancy hotel slippers, bro. You try crashing out on the street, but because you look all dirty and off-putting to all these tourists, you're instantly slapped around and moved on by a casino worker.
I mean, that kind of sucks, but I feel like that should be, I don't know. I think that a lot of these things these casinos do, the way they mentally like prey on the weak and get them drunk, I think that should be illegal. I don't know. But the land of the free, do whatever they want. I don't think this is right at all.
And the next day, you get the same shit
Oh
from a
God, not
policeman.
this woman.
That's because 5 years ago, Las Vegas officials passed a law making it effectively illegal to be homeless on the street. If you're caught in Las Vegas,
What do they do if you're homeless in Las Vegas? Do they give you a fine? Do they try to take them more money from you? Like, what happens?
camping, lodging, sleeping, lying down, or even sitting in most downtown areas, you first get a misdemeanor, then next you get 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. This just makes the homeless problem so much worse.
Wow.
Just slapping these
Bro, what a good way to solve it. What about the problems creating these homeless people, huh? What about fixing that?
people with a shit ton of debt doesn't
Give you
exactly
free
make
house.
it easy for them to
True.
financially recover, does it? And this law means Las Vegas's homeless population are literally forced off the streets into the city's vast underground sewage and drain networks. Yes, there are an unprecedented amount of homeless people living under the streets of Vegas in these storm drains. These people are commonly referred to as mole people, like they're subhuman.
Oh, I've heard
or
about
something.
these.
And the majority of these mole
I remember we reacted to a video of the mole people, and the dude that that's the first copyright strike I ever got. Asmon's house? Yeah, it's Asmon's house. Asmon is a mole dude. And I remember I tried to contact that dude. He didn't want to answer. Fucking hell.
people are suspected to have ended up down there due to gambling addictions. Now, the city officials are completely aware of this and are also completely aware of how scary, dangerous, and unappealing it makes gambling look. They want the media to promote stories like Robert, who went in with $40 and left with $200K. They
Hell
do not
yeah.
want the media to promote stories like Stephanie, who went in with $4 million and now lives in a constantly pitch black, rat-infested, slimy, stale, rotting storm drain just meters away from one of the world's flashiest, most luxurious cities. This is a bad look for the city officials, and allegedly they've therefore been known to open the floodgates with no warning, which causes the tunnels to rapidly fill full of water, and you can imagine what happens to the unfortunate people who live.
Are they actually just killing people? They're drowning people straight up for... Wow. They're evil. Vegas is an evil place.
There.
A violent river of water rips through these tunnels, taking everything in its path with it. Get caught up in this, and you'll most likely not live to tell the tale. Water all the way up to the ceiling.
All the way 30 foot high. It's coming out solid all the way, yeah.
The casinos love to open the floodgates when we least expect it.
So you're telling me when it isn't raining, the casinos will open floodgates and...
Yes.
And if this is the case, the city officials and casinos are creating homeless people through legalizing and promoting gambling, then forcing them into tunnels by underfunding homeless shelters and making it illegal for them to be in public, then killing those people off by opening the floodgates.
Allegedly.
But bro, you're missing the point. This fake version of Venice is so squeaky clean. The Las Vegas Strip is so picturesque. No gross homeless people trying to steal my shit. No dirty public transport nonsense. And their Squid Game VR experience is everything I've ever dreamed of.
Wow.
I mean, mate, you really want a Squid Game virtual reality experience? Try being homeless homeless in Las Vegas. It's literally no joke IRL Squid Game out there. But honestly, it's really no surprise the city has a bit of an ugly side, to say the least. I mean, the place was literally formed as a railroad stop where naughty West Coast businessmen and sinful Mormons could get the train to and partake in all the vices that were illegal or frowned down upon throughout the rest of the USA. Drinking, gambling, prostitution, fighting, etc. I mean, it's nicknamed Sin City for a reason. And whilst nowadays the city keeps up a super OCD clean facade, it definitely has an ugly, grimy, problematic side. Anything from massive bedbug hotel infestations to makeshift sewer housing you can find in this city. However, overall, Las Vegas is pretty much just like Disneyland for degenerates. It's like one big resort for immoral humans, a playground for adult losers. I mean, like, literally, you ain't beating those machines, bro.
Bro, this guy is cooking. He's putting it all down. He's putting everything on the table. But true, I mean, every time you look at Las Vegas, it does look fancy. They have all the lights everywhere, clean new buildings and stuff like that. It looks like a pretty place, but man, I feel like if you're not filthy rich, it's kind of hard to do anything in Vegas.
And the unique thing about this mega resort is how easily it sucks
Bro,
people
look
in.
at their
The casino
brain just
hotels
completely
are
dead.
Dirt cheap. The flights are dirt cheap, but don't fall for it. There's 2 casino companies and they literally own everything in Vegas. You're gonna touch down in LAS, give it a couple hours, and you'll be mystically completely roped in, drooling over a blackjack table with your 5th $500 cigar in your hand.
Because they have perfected it. They have perfected it with many, many years of how to psychologically take people in, how to make this place easy accessible, and when you're getting into it, they are gonna try to hook you in still more and more and more as you can go.
Fully tapping away your life savings like the other NPCs in that warm carpet-cladded room. Before you know it, you check the time, 17 hours have passed, you're 230.
Bro, imagine getting this emotional over like slots. Man, this is slots. But what do you think will happen? Do you think you're throwing it like, do you think this is RNG? Nah, this ain't RNG, baby. This is predicted.
Before you know it, you check the time, 17 hours have passed, you're 230.
This is it.
Debt. Your family have all disowned you, and you've got nothing left to do but follow the faint echo of U2, stumbling closer and closer till you've got nothing left to do but stare up
Maybe
at
I'll
that
make $5.
beaming orb of hope, because the sphere is the only thing you can turn to. The sphere is your only remaining friend. The sphere is the only thing you have left.
Please like this video. It took blood. Like it, boys. Holy, like it a lot. Holy shit, what an interesting video. That is interesting. I mean, Vegas is something for itself. I wouldn't say that Vegas is a place I want to go visit, but it does definitely look interesting. But I guess because I don't give a shit about gambling, I don't care at all. I'm not a winner like that. I'm sorry. So maybe it's just the Vegas doesn't look that fancy to me. It doesn't look that, I mean, it looks fancy, but it doesn't look that interesting to me. But that is a shame, the way they're playing around with these, generally around the system. There should be some more, they should put more rights toward not bankrupting people instead of kicking out the homeless. Like, what a ridiculous thing. My God, that is ridiculous. Holy shit. If you want entertainment, there are other better places to be. Oh, there's so many great places to visit in the US. So many nice states. So you should, like, I guess Vegas is where you go if you don't have anything to do and you want to waste time. You just really want to waste money and time. Hi, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like the video and subscribe. I'll post videos nearly every day, so if you want to watch any more reactions, feel free to subscribe and I'll see you there.